heathens, we don't see what we do on the streets. We don't see Yahushua doing that or the disciples. Yahushua answered the prayers of heathens and things of that nature. We don't produce those fruits.
Okay, so is it wrong if we call a heathen woman a bitch on the highways and byways?
Absolutely, because if she's not thinking of a fox.
No, not a fox. I'm saying, is it wrong to call her a bitch on the highways? A heathen woman.
It depends on how you're using it. Look, like for an example, we use the word bitch today. We call a black woman a bitch, and that woman isn't thinking of it in the same connotation or energy and vibration that we distributed. So
okay.
That would be
I'm not saying the same connotation. I'm asking a black and white question. Is it wrong to call a heathen woman a bitch on the highways and byways?
It depends on what she does. Just to call her a bitch, like, hey, you bitch. I don't see that being a lie.
Okay, so there's instances where you can do it, yes or no?
Yeah, emphatically.
Okay, so did Christ do that?
And he didn't call her a bitch. He did liken a woman into a dog, though. But I mean, you just have to pull a scripture and we can examine it to see if he called her a bitch verbatim or not.
Okay, I mean, what was he expressing there? Yeah, let's do that. Matthew 15. Let's go to Matthew 15.
All right.
Matthew 15. Verse 21. Because we're going to see
what y'all going to notice is he's going to defer from actually reading the whole entire text. Wants to get context. He's going to try to eisegete a whole passage and create a narrative in a display off of this. Watch carefully.
If we teach like Yahushua, not just Yahushua, but the rest of the apostles as well. Matthew 15, verse 21. Let's start there. So it says, Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Zidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan. You agree that this is a heathen woman, a Canaanite woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. But he answered her not a word. So is it okay to ignore heathen women when they try to come up to our camp?
No.
So why did Christ do it?
Well, at this time period, he wasn't sent by anybody to his nation. That's why we could see later commissions of them going into cities that he told them not to go into at first. This was just dealing with this time period right here.
Yeah, but they still went to Israelites in those cities.
Right, he said don't go into these cities, and they still went into those cities later on after he left. What I'm saying is right here, right now, that's what was going on in this time period.
Okay, so in this time period,
yeah,
the example that he left, he ignored this heathen woman, right?
He didn't ignore her. Just keep reading. Let's see if he ignored her.
Okay, but did he ignore her?
Yeah.
Why did he ignore her?
Because he said it is not meet to give the children's bread unto dogs. There's an order. There's a hierarchy.
He ignored her because he said it's not meet to give the children's bread to the dogs.
So now he's trying to build a whole entire contention around something that isn't factual. We know for a fact this woman prayer got answered, but let's see if we tackled that part of the verse or not. Let's see.
What's the children's bread?
The promises, things of that nature.
Okay, so he's saying it's not right to give the promises unto heathens. Do you agree with that text?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why do you say we can give the promises to the heathens then?
Let's. I don't say that. I don't say we could give the promises to the heathens, but just read the text so we can see what it further along says and see if he agrees.
Okay. Wait. You just said the bread is the promises. So if a heathen woman comes up to us at camp and I ignore her, then the disciples say, get her the hell out of here, and shit.
See, again, he's not going to go into on how they get the crumbs of the bread. Let's see. Again, let's see.
Ignores me so much that I tell her it's not right to give the promises of Israel to a heathen. Am I wrong for that?
Yeah, but you're not giving her any promises. You're not giving her anything or the commonwealth that pertains to Israel. She's not getting that.
I'd be teaching her. I have two options. A, to do what Christ did and tell her it's not right to give the promises to Israel to you, you dog. Or to do what you're saying and say, yeah, you can be included in the promises. Should I follow what Shabar's example is or what Christ's example is?
No, that's not my example. My example is in the scriptures, which is why I asked you to continue to read.
Okay, so what's Shabar?
Exactly. So don't try to build a narrative that isn't there. Don't misrepresent me, because I've continued to say, let's read the Bible. Let's read the Bible. This is probably my 7th time saying, hey, Deacon, let's continue to read the Bible. For some reason, Deacon doesn't want to read the Bible.
Would Shabar include this heathen woman, or would Shabar ignore and tell this heathen woman the promises of Israel don't go to you?
I would read the scriptures so we can get the.
So it's funny that Shabar wants to read the Bible.
I need a direct answer first.
I gave you a direct answer. If you don't accept it, that's fine. We could just move ahead so we could read and see if Christ answered her.
Okay, perfect. But he answered her not a word and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, is Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forevermore?
Is he the same yesterday and today? That's what the scripture said.
Okay, so but you're saying that in this instance, he was only for Israel, but then later in the book, he opened it up for everybody, so he changed.
No, just like when he came down to die for the people. When he comes back, he's not doing the same thing. So, by that logic, you'll be saying he changed.
No.
Don't worry about it.
No, change the mission. You're saying that he changed his mission.
Right. So when he but you're saying he changed his. When he come back, is he dying for Israel again?
Hold on.
You're using a false equivalence, bro. Let's just read the passage so we ain't got to keep looking more crazy than you already is.
Hold on, young man. Hold on. So now, I got the brother Hassad on. Shalom, brother Hassad.
What's going on, brother?
So notice this brother completely ran. It got hot, so he had to drink a bottle of water. Let's see if this gets addressed, man. Let's see if they're going to address this.
Me and Shabar, we're just talking about, he said that we don't teach like Christ. We don't shed our light like Christ. He said it'd be wrong for me to call a heathen woman a bitch even though Christ did it. He said it'd be wrong for me to ignore her and tell her the promises aren't for her even though Christ did it. So this is where we're at right now in our discussion. Did you want to interject before we can move on to this text?
I want to deal with the text, but I do have a scripture I'd like Shabar to answer, but I don't want to, get in the way of.
Okay, look, right after I read this, we're going to put him on the hot seat because that's all he wants. He's a pain freak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, real quick, yeah, I just want to get this real quick because he tried to say, is Jesus saying, I'm going to prove that's a false equivalence real quick. I'm going to prove how this is a false equivalence. I asked him, is Christ coming back to die for the people? It's a yeah or nay. He didn't answer the question. It's a cut. So hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Romans chapter 6 and 10. For in that he died, he died unto sin once, but in that he lived unto Elohim. So he's not coming back to die again. So by that, we understand that what you just brought up was a false equivalence, and I guarantee y'all don't address this.
No. First off, I got smoke, and y'all are on the hot seat. I got questions.
No.
You don't ask the 100 goddamn questions. brought aside and let's get through the passage, bro. Like, come on, man.
I just said that, Shabar. You gotta relax. I just said we're gonna deal with the text and then we're gonna move on, brother. You gotta relax.
Shabar, let me ask you a question, brother. Why you got that damn Chick-fil-A hat on? You got that damn Chick-fil-A hat on, brother. Okay, you got that Chick-fil-A hat. Look, let me finish reading.
Yeah, are we gonna finish reading?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. Look what it says. But he answered her not a word. Right? So he ignored her, right? Then his disciples came in beside him saying, send her away. Why did the disciples say send her away?
The same reason Peter said, are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel? This is the understanding that these brothers have right now at this time period.
Shabar, why are you here?
Like,
so this is Deacon running. Clearly, he don't want to answer how Yahweh Shai answered the prayer of a heathen. This is pure deception.
hey, that's crazy. You can't even read the Bible, bro.
I'm reading the Bible, but...
Bro, I'm here because I know y'all premise about the whole Bible is shaky, which is why you fumbling right now to answer the damn question, bro. I ain't even coming here.
Why won't he answer? Everybody tag Deacon and be like, why won't you answer the question?
You're crazy and disrespectful.
You haven't even asked me a
I'm
question.
confident of what I know.
And look at the comments section. Straight fans.
What I believe. Just admit the Most High answered the prayer of the heathen, like Solomon prayed for in 1 Kings, man, 8 and 41. Just admit it.
Okay. Now let's go with you never asked me a question, for one, and for two, he answered her prayer of getting healed. What does that have to do with eternal salvation?
John 6 and 40. John 6 and 44. Let's go to it.
Notice he never read it. He deferred. Never read it. He read what he wanted to read and didn't want to read the scriptures, man. This is crazy. And look, this is what I in the comments said. This clown needs to stop being so damn emotional. Wow, I'm being emotional that my comment is not being read, and yet this dude cracking jokes on my hat. This is crazy, man. All praise to y'all, Vashem Yahweh Shai, man. Shalom.